I'm Lee.
And I'm Nick.
And we are the Lodge Guys. Last year we bought an old decorator's van and converted it into a camper van.
Join us now on this series by clicking the subscribe button below and follow us on our latest adventure where we set sail from Dover and head into Europe for the summer.
Welcome to a new day in Luxembourg, but not for long because we are heading out to our next country, which is Belgium, and we're heading towards Bruges. So we have 3 hours and 17 minutes to go from here. A quick update on that campsite where we've just left. That was one of my favourite ones. It had a really nice vibe. Everybody was just outside. Everything was clean. Obviously, it helped.
Everything worked.
We had a Michael Jackson concert, as you may have seen in the next field.
We had a 16 amp electric.
Yeah,
that's the most we've had so far this trip.
Yeah, really enjoyed that campsite. So we've not got anywhere booked for Belgium because it looks like a very busy place. So we've got a couple where we can't book and we've just got to turn up. So hopefully we'll get something when we get there.
We're off to a bus depot.
Are we?
That's where we're parking. Hopefully. They have 57 spaces in this bus depot. We're trying to get there before, what time? 12:30?
Yeah.
It's a bit late. So we're hoping to get there a little bit early. So anybody that's leaving, that spent the night there, there'll be some free spaces. So fingers crossed, we're going to get in.
We are coming up to Belgium.
Voulez-vous? We're there. The sign's upside down.
I was going to say, we're upside down then. I'm guessing it's this place with the flags on, maybe.
Well, it borders 3 countries, so maybe that's the German side, and that's the French side, because there's French flags over there.
Oh, there's an IKEA. As soon as you get into Belgium. Do we need help?
You to speak French.
I wonder if you can stop in that IKEA. I loved that stay, didn't you, when we stopped in that IKEA?
Yeah, it was hot though, wasn't it?
It was very hot. It was nice to go in for breakfast and stuff though.
Right then, it's time in the land of chocolate now, Belgian
Wait a minute.
chocolate.
What language do they speak?
French.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Just check with Google. The official languages of Belgium are French, Dutch and German. So Dutch is a new one for us.
Which makes sense really, because it borders those 3 countries, isn't it?
How do you say something in Dutch? We'll have to Google that when we get to Netherlands and stuff.
You usually talk double Dutch, so you'll be an expert.
This may be our final petrol fill-up of this trip. Does it make you feel a bit sad, that?
Yeah.
Is it?
This weather don't make me feel sad though.
It does make you feel sad.
Yeah, I mean, it does make me feel sad.
What's a Pizza Hut here as well? Pizza Hut Express.
Where's petrol? Where's petrol?
There in the middle. We're just passing Brussels over there. You can see all the skyscrapers and stuff. We're not going there this time because we've done cities and stuff.
Left of the van is a ULEZ zone, and we got a crit sticker for that.
That's true as well.
So
16 minutes away from our park up,
fingers crossed.
This is what this part of Belgium looks like if you've never seen it. Close to Bruges, very nice houses on the left and right.
They look very British.
Well, I've never seen it like this in Britain.
No, but you get that kind of style in posh areas.
Really nice. So we haven't booked here, as I said. We couldn't book, and it's a busy place, so we may be turned away. We shall see when we get there. This could be a road in Beverley or Hull, easily.
Well,
Beverley, maybe not Hull. These are some very tight roads it's bringing us on.
We just had to avoid a bridge because we wouldn't have fitted widthwise.
We're 2 minutes away from this park up, and friggin' hell.
Wait a minute, that's the wrong address.
What?
That's not the right address.
How do you know?
Because it's been restarted again, Anthony. It's done that weird thing.
Oh no. Yes, we had the wrong address in. It's 12 minutes away actually from here.
It's full. And we sat at the entrance with 1, 2, 3, 4 camper vans waiting for some other people to leave, and then there's a bus behind who wants us all to move now. and we're just about to go into the barrier, so I'm absolutely not moving. So just to remind anybody, if you do use Camper Contact, it's the most unreliable app you will ever experience, because what it does, you can route straight from the app, but if you add a stop for like petrol or something like that and then cancel the stop, it reverts your original one back to just the town name rather than the street, and it's done that 3 times on this trip now, so be very careful when you're using it because it's completely unreliable.
We're in. It took about well, half an hour, 45 minutes waiting.
Possibly
but
longer.
We're in. Nick's taken the, he's giddy because he's taken the fly screen off now that we're in cooler climates.
Thank God.
It does his head in. So it does make it a lot easier to get in and out.
I'm just repairing some of the Velcro because the heat's like damaged it.
Yeah, so I'll just show you around quickly.
Explain what happened.
It's a popular car park, and it was letting one person in even though there wasn't a space free. So we had to wait for another one. It was out of sync, so we had to wait for another one to leave, and then we got in. But Bruges is only about 10 minutes walk away from here, so we might just nip for something to eat now and then explore properly tomorrow. So you are a little crammed in here. It's just basically a car park, but you do get like electric, and you can drop your water off and you get water and stuff like that. Fancy a choice of beer?
Oh my God, it's like Christmas.
You've got it at this.
500 types of beer. I've had Duval, I've had Leffy.
Look at it inside as well. All the different.
God.
Well, we are in Belgium. There's the Belgian waffles.
I'm quite happy to just have this for dinner and screw the rest.
Right, we've just come out for some lunch. We're going to explore the city probably tomorrow more. So we've come to the Fry Bar, is it called this?
Fry bar. Not
Fry Bar, where they do like loaded fries. If you want to look at the menu, check that out. And I've ordered a traditional Belgian stew on the top of mine. Nick's got some chicken out here.
Chicken twist with peanut sauce. I really don't know where to start. I don't want to spoil it. It looks absolutely top notch. So Lee's got the traditional Belgian one. Oh my God, is that like a beef stew? A beef gravy?
I think so. Wow.
Oh my God, I want it. It reminds me of Vietnamese fries that we had near the apartment.
Oh, melts in your mouth.
Let me try a little bit of that sauce. Oh my God, it's like chip chop. Yeah, it's like gravy at Seaside.
Times 1,000.
And I've got, oh my God, so hot. I got the chicken twist with a peanut sauce, ketchup, parsley, onions. I'm just going to try this now. It's like a
Satay sauce.
like a sweet satay. That was quite expensive. 33 euros for 2 bags of chips and 2 drinks.
Mine was, though, amazing.
Mine looked better than it tasted. It was all right. It wasn't awful, and I'd order it again, but I was expecting more from the look, if that makes sense.
So you can get some canals, some boats on the canals, and I'm sure I've heard people calling this the Venice of the North.
I've never heard that. That might be Amsterdam.
Well, it might be here as well. I'll Google it. Yes, it is called the Venice of the North. So I wonder if it's 90 euros each for a boat ride, like it is in Venice.
It's also called Bruges because this is the Finnish area of Bruges as well. So whereas we pronounce it as Bruges, here it's called Bruges. So we will go in this later probably, but I'm getting Beverly vibes.
Yeah, I said on the way in, it looks like we're going into Beverly.
I don't know why, but I had no expectations of Bruges at all. I didn't even know what, I was expecting it to be like a city.
Yeah, we haven't really researched it properly yet.
No expectations, but I expected it to be like a city, but you know what I mean? I didn't visualize it. Oh my
That
God.
don't appeal to me.
It looks like fudge, doesn't it?
Marzipan and nugget shop, nah, not a fan.
Irish coffee. So as most people will know, Belgium is famous for its confection, particularly its chocolate and its waffles. And years ago I had a Belgian waffle at a Christmas market and I've dreamt about it ever since. I'm going to try and find one. Right, I've just asked Google for the best place in Bruges to have hot chocolate and it suggested something called the Old Chocolate House.
The Old Chocolate House.
Luckily it's 3 minutes from here, so we're on his way.
So we actually drove down here with Taylor earlier
Down there.
when Google took us wrong. But it's a very, very lively place. So are we almost here?
It's just round this corner here.
There's chocolate shops all over on every corner. And there They even advertise it as the place to be to drink hot chocolate. Let's see if we're really going to taste the best hot chocolate in town. Oh, some of these look nice. I got this smell in here. If you could translate a smell through a vlog, it's like a Christmas morning. That's all I can describe it as. Right, go on. See if it's the best hot chocolate in town.
Oh my god, it's almost like a soup, it's that thick. It's nice.
Nice.
It's very nice. It's not super creamy.
I
Not like
as well.
creamy, but it's very chocolatey and gloopy.
Oh my god, this is so thick and sickly. And
It's almost like melted chocolate in it with some milk in it. And if you look in
That's exactly what it's like, yeah.
you can actually see the little particles in it. That's like the melted chocolate.
Don't need a Belgian waffle now.
Look at it on the side of the cup. It's almost like a cup of soup. A chocolate cup of soup.
It is very good. That probably is one of the best chocolates I've ever had.
It is actually. It's really nice. That lasted probably a minute, but look at the pieces of chocolate inside it that are suspended in the cream. Oh, I'm going to love Bruges so
I'm just
far.
going to say I'm loving Bruges so far. The best loaded fries I've ever had, and now this is probably the best hot chocolate I've ever
I
had.
do actually feel a little bit sick. Straight after loaded fries, straight after the chocolate.
No waffle for you then.
Maybe I'll have that later. Right, and straight opposite is another Belgian delicacy, Belgian beer. And oh my god, I could go in there and come out comatose.
You just said you feel sick.
Cherry beer, Seven Dwarfs beer. It's just fascinating looking at it. That looks like a bottle of aftershave. But I do feel very sick now, do you?
No, that would just I sipped it slowly.
Truffles.
Every shop you pass looks like this.
Oh my god, the marshmallows, like the tea cakes. Oh my god, they're only €1. Should we get one for us? Shall I go and get one?
Maybe, yeah. It smells amazing in here. It smells like something.
This is the shop we've just been filming in the window.
Springs, yeah.
We've decided to come in. We're making a purchase.
Are you having to resist eating it, even though you feel sick?
Yeah. Back to the van now for a cup of tea.
Good morning, welcome to the next day in Bruges, Belgium. Had a nice night's sleep there, and we are raring to go for waffles for breakfast. As we are in Bruges.
Sick of eating?
You don't have to eat, you can just watch.
I'll try 'em.
We're going to take you around Bruges. We've got a few things on our list that we want to do, so come along and enjoy the day with us. So as with a lot of European countries, bikes are everywhere in Bruges. In fact, this is probably the place that I've seen the most bikes everywhere.
Bikes and motorhomes.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing in Europe. At home, we're more, as usual, Brits are more reserved.
Not reserved, it's just there's no facilities. There's not as many facilities for motorhomes and things.
Sorted, because we always make difficulty of everything. Like scooters in the UK, they haven't legalised scooters yet. Every other European country has, apart from Netherlands. And we've got to wait for them to go through all the red tape. It's ridiculous.
Right, so I did want a waffle for breakfast, but we decided to come to this nice little local cafe for breakfast because they're doing flat whites and croissants and ham and cheese, and then we'll have a waffle later. So we finally got somewhere where they had a flat white. Nick went for it, and it's strong. You should have asked for decaf.
It's like road tart.
I saw somebody getting a latte and it looks so good, so I went for that. So we're just going to enjoy this.
Right, so the majority of Bruges is full of like restaurants and cafes and lots of unique places, but the street that we're on now is actually the street where it's like their high street. So it's got H&M, it's got C&A, and it's got other branded shops. So if you do fancy a little bit of shopping, you still can do that in Bruges.
Right, we're now in the famous Markt Square, which marks the centre of Bruges, and while we are here, I'm going to give you some facts on Bruges. So, as we said earlier in this vlog, it is called the Venice of the North. Bruges is often called that due to its extensive network of canals and charming bridges. The city boasts remarkably well-preserved medieval architecture, making it feel like a step back in time. It's a chocolate haven. Bruges is renowned for its exquisite chocolate shops. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a beer lover's paradise. Bruges experienced a golden age in the 12th to 15th century as a major trading centre. Bruges is relatively small, making it easy to explore on foot or by bike. And that's one of the things that we've noticed about it. It's all kind of compact.
Cobbled.
cobbled and just really nice and quaint.
It's non-city-like, it doesn't feel like a city.
No.
So behind me is one of the other most famous sites in Bruges. If ever you get lost in the city centre and you don't know anywhere, look up, find the Belfry Tower and just walk towards it and you'll end up back in the centre. Now this building is famous for the fact that in the Middle Ages it used to house the treasury, where stamps, seals and money and gold bars and things were kept. You can actually go to the top, which gives you fantastic panoramic views of Bruges.
So this is a government building, it's the provincial court or provincial palace. I think you can go in and see bits of it, but not all of it. And then this is the Historium Museum.
Right, another must-see place behind us is the Historium in Bruges. There's two ways you can do this. You can walk around in the traditional museum sense, or there's a VR version, which lets you walk around virtually Bruges' old streets.
Right, so here's some of the prices that you can get. Individual tickets are €20 and it takes 50 minutes to go around the story. An extra €10 for the VR, which is 8 minutes. And if you want to go up the tower, an extra €12, which takes 50 minutes. So it's quite...
You can do them individually for 10 and 12.
It is quite pricey if you want to do all three. Just so you know the prices of the horses and carriages, it's €70 for 35 minutes.
Included in your €70, you get to wash the horse crap in a sack. It craps, and rather than drop it on the streets, it craps in that thing, slides down this chute, and then there's a little bag underneath where it's literally full of horse shit.
It's a good way to keep the streets clean.
It is.
So there's lots of museums in Bruges, such as the Beer Museum
And a French fry museum. Let's go in. So it was €11 in each. You could have got a dual ticket for here and the Chocolate Museum for 20, which you can still upgrade at the Chocolate Museum. And you get the audio guides free. So when you're walking around, you put your audio guide up to these little things and then put it up to here, and it tells you a little bit about potatoes, which actually came from Peru apparently. Into Europe they were introduced.
These ones here came from a very cold climate, and they have their own version of antifreeze in them.
So they're quite bitter.
So they're quite bitter, not edible, yeah.
So apparently in Peru there are over 4,000 species of potatoes.
Are potatoes fattening? Definitely not, considering they comprise 80% water and 0% fats. We'll have to get some when we go out. Some frites.
We might get some in here actually.
Got this, Nick. It says when you have a stomachache or heartburn, you should drink a glass of raw potato juice. It's a wonderful soothing effect.
I'd rather that.
Who remembers spud guns and who used to have one as a kid? You used to press it into the potato and it used to fill it.
Little pellet.
Yeah, and then you used to shoot it at people and annoy them.
I prefer that one.
Look at us. Blimey, theme park Baz has been here, I didn't realise.
La Baza.
Oh, it's like a Disney ride.
The true secret of Belgian fries.
I love it. Right, French fries originally originated from Belgium. The reason why is they used to fry a little tiny fish, and one day there was like a dry spell and they had nothing to fry, so they chopped potatoes up and fried them. And then it was originally a Belgian fry, and it was taken back to America by the American soldiers in the First World War and actually called French fries because the language here is French.
Can I help you, monsieur? Another portion of fries, please.
No problem, we have just the thing.
Taking
Would
too
you like
long.
salt?
Too long.
Would you like salt?
No.
There you go.
Bonjour. I can't eat anymore, sorry.
What do you fancy?
French fries.
And around.
Are you sure?
To be fair, I think it's a little bit stingy that you come to a French fry museum and you don't get to sample French fries.
They could at least give you one.
Well, yeah, you've got like €8 and that's for a kid's meal.
There's lots of city tours with like open top buses and all sorts of tours. You can see there's tours all over the place.
Same van as Taylor, that.
Wouldn't be right coming to Bruges without doing a boat ride. Here we go, €15 per person, or under 11s are €9.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, it's a bit odd that they do like.
You thought it was Disney music, didn't you?
You said it was over the Wish Upon a
The
Star.
first song was. But this one's Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
So we've got us tickets for the boats and we're just waiting for our turn. There's this queue in front of us, not too long before we get on.
Circling, so I reckon we'll be on next.
I'm almost close enough to drive the boat. Look, it's got battery power and all sorts of stuff. It's like Victron, isn't it? Almost.
Oh, it is Victron. That is it's a Victron inverter, that.
English on my boat?
Yes.
Yes, auch ein bisschen Deutsch. Ja, is kein Problem. Is it alright for everyone if I do this tour in English and in German? Die Kanalen van Brugge. Willkommen an Bord, alle.
So they do actually do this tour in whatever language you want, so he's doing it in German and English today.
Beautiful day. First of all, my name, it is Gianni. Ik zie mijn tekst aan het lezen in het toetsjoortje. En nu hier. Het stad in Brugge ontstamt auf dem 13.
Reading it off
Jahrhundert.
his WhatsApp.
Deze Brugge is also so alt, dass sie jeden Moment zusammenbrechen konnte.
So around the whole of the Venice of the North, there are actually 80 bridges, this being one of the oldest in front of us, dating back to the 13th century.
Beautiful city in Belgium, almost as beautiful.
So he's just said that these canals connect with another city in Belgium, somewhere down there. Oh, that's a short bridge.
40 kilometers.
That's the university building, and apparently it's 60,000 a year. Shall we skip that?
16,000. My maximum of 35.
Oh, I thought he said 60. I love how he's rolling his R's on every... Yes, exactly.
La vieux porte du centre-ville. Et il faut imaginer pour le temps cette vieux porte on a lot of import and a lot of export in the medieval times.
So they're saying daylight robbery originated in Belgium because you used to get charged for the number of windows that let in daylight. So people used to put fake windows in. So that's why they call it daylight robbery.
And it is the second highest brickstone tower inside Europe. Built only in brickstones, ladies and gentlemen. Very impressive, eh? Très impressionnant.
I'm sure he's from Bordeaux. So the canals have actually got eels and carp in there. And it's 16 kilometres of canals in the centre. So apparently this is the smallest bridge, so we have to wait for traffic and we have to bob his heads down and go under.
Ready? Yes. Alright, let's do this. Yes, we can.
Watch your head, Leigh.
Ja, opgepast. Bitte schön. Watch out.
Entering the area of the swans now, the Lake of the Swans, I think he called it. But he said you've got to be careful because they're quite aggressive. Baby one there.
Over here, the two babies, 4 months old, and it's 2 boys. The lowest bridge of our journey. Wow, the Guillotine Bridge.
Imagine if that was your back garden and that was your view. Absolutely amazing. Oh, look at that sofa in there. Very nice. So that is the smallest window in the whole of Bruges. There we go.
It's also one of the
spy window.
Windows of Europe.
Right, so that was 15 euros each, as I said, definitely worth the money. The driver was quite funny, and as you could probably hear, he rolled his R's.
A lot of R's.
Quite a lot.
Bordeaux.
I thought he was doing it like
Friday.
on purpose, but as he was just talking, every time he said an R, it came out like that.
Markets.
So very nice, peaceful, relaxing, and beautiful scenery all on your way around.
We were just saying, I wonder why they don't have gondolas here, but I kind of worked it out. The water is about 2 meters deep, whereas in Venice it's about 3-4 feet deep, which means that if you had a gondola, they'd have to have massive long sticks that reach to the bottom to be able to push the gondola along, which is probably why they don't do it, and they're all electric powered boats here, but still fun nonetheless. Right, one of the other places that when we said we were going to come to Bruges for us to look at was this place behind it, which is the Basilica of Holy Blood, which is alleged to have a piece of cloth that has Jesus' blood on from when he was crucified, that Joseph of Arimathea brought and saved it, and it eventually ended up in Bruges in the 11th century in one of the two crusades, either the first or the second crusade. There's lots of rumours as to whether it's the first or the second, but they have a procession here every Friday. You can get tickets, and then they bring out it's actually a vial with a piece of cloth in with Jesus' blood on, and they bring it out and walk it around so everybody can see it.
Right, so I just could film a few bits in there. You couldn't actually film going up to the little thing with the blood on.
I can't remember what the name of it is, where it's like it's the verification of the holy blood or something like that. Which is actually, I read about it this morning, it's actually a vial that's made from rock salt crystals with bungs on the end and then sealed in wax and then brought back in a glass thing, and it's been there since the 13th century, I think, or the 11th century, something like that, quite a long time ago, when it was given to Joseph of Arimathea from the current head of Jerusalem at the time. But there's another theory that it actually arrived 200 years later, but with anything religious, it could be all fake. It's a case of faith.
Case of belief and faith.
Yeah, so you don't know what's in there, you can't guarantee it, and people obviously have things to believe in. I'm not religious, I was brought up Christian, but...
We're not religious, but we do find things like that fascinating.
Yeah.
Don't we? I've got two beliefs. I think A, it's all made up, or B...
well, of course you do, so is everybody else.
Or B, which I probably do believe, is that I do think Jesus was a real person in history, and it was a real man, and then all these myths came around him.
Yeah.
So that's why I find it fascinating.
Because you can't disprove it. A religion cannot be disproved.
Yeah,
so
I find it fascinating that if that is the blood of Jesus, it's so old. There was a woman there, and she was pressing against like the glass case where the blood was, these things. She was pressing them for a few seconds and then giving each person...
Like she's anointed them.
Yeah, so it kind of sort of like tells you about it. I think there's some prayers in it and stuff like that, and the holy blood.
I don't know whether I believe that it's actually a real relic or whether it's just like a replica for the public, but
nobody knows for sure.
It was red inside, and you wouldn't get blood that's red after 2,000 years, would you? When I was reading about it this morning as well, I also read rumours that at some time in the past, I think in the 1300s, there were times when the blood would re-liquefy, but nobody ever kind of followed that up. Yeah, like a miracle, like it re-liquefied and then went back to like being dried on the cloth. Like I said, you can actually pay to pay part of the holy procession of the holy blood, but when we looked online at tickets, it was completely sold out for all dates from now in the future, and it only happens on Fridays.
Right, we're finally going to try a Belgian waffle from Chez Albert here. Now, we're not sure if it's one of the best places, but we walked past and it smelled amazing, and there's always been a big queue here. So I'm going to go for Belgian chocolate, dark Belgian chocolate and cream. Nick's going for cherries and whipped cream. Oh my goodness, and if you think mine looks good, look at the size of Nick's.
At the amount of cherries on that.
Wow, that's loads of cherries on there. I've just gone for Belgian chocolate.
Ton mine.
I've already tried.
I think you meant to slide it forward and eat it straight from the cardboard,
okay.
rather than using your fork.
I'm not usually a big waffle fan, but the Belgian chocolate is amazing. Oh, that whipped cream's beautiful.
How the hell am I going to eat mine?
Well, I'll help you. Let me try cherry.
It's like fruit that you get in fruit pies, like a cherry pie filling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, very good.
I've got to break through the pastry without dropping it all over myself. Amazing.
Blooming beautiful, that one. Blooming beautiful. You had the choice of milk chocolate or dark chocolate. I went for dark chocolate and it was beautiful.
Mine was very filling, very heavy, and very sickly, but very, very nice. Right, that's chocolate done, that's waffles done, that's fries done. One last thing to try. It's got to be a beer. I got a blonde, a dark, a fruit, and a strong. And I've forgotten which is which, so you just have to try them.
And they were only €10 for all those
10 euros
four.
for all that. It's like a taster.
We're in the beer museum. I didn't expect them to be that large, but look.
So you don't have to do the museum to do the tasting.
No.
You can just come up the stairs, turn left straight into the bar.
And €10
It's
for
got
that.
about 15 to 20 different types. He said, what don't you like? I said, don't like really strong.
Yeah.
You have like 9% beer.
Well, no.
That's like wine.
And
so I
look at
just
this
said,
view.
you pick. Look at that.
There we are. You couldn't ask for a better view. The windows open, the fresh air is coming in.
Right, give them a go.
So, fruity.
Fruity, I think you'll like that one. It's not too sweet, no fake sugars.
It doesn't even taste like beer. It's okay, not my favourite. Well,
That's a stouty one, like a darker ale. That's got a bitterness to it.
Yeah, bitterness, it's okay.
I've tried all these, by the way. This is just like a blonde,
Favourite so far?
and then this is a wheat beer. This one tastes more like a flat scrumpy.
That's nice as well. That's my favourite, which is the normal beer.
That's my favourite. I always like a Weiss bitter.
Right, so they can also pair cheeses here as well, and different like sausages. They're also behind the till. But since we just had the waffle, I figured we'd just stick with the beer.
I want cheese and sausage.
Go and get some cheese and sausage then.
Right, I'm going to rank them in order of lightness.
Likeability.
Yeah. I'm afraid this is going to win.
Win? Oh, the fruit
I
one.
like sweet beers, but it has a Christmas taste. I would imagine it's sickly if you had a lot. So that's first place.
That's going to be the second place, because that's like your traditional beer. That's going to be your third.
Oh, I'm not keen
least
on
as it
that.
tastes the
I think it's
sausage.
got like a sausagey taste.
That's freaking disgusting.
That's very bitter and very dark.
But I'm not going to waste them, so I'm going to have them all.
I would. I'm almost there. First, second, third, fourth. I really don't like that one. Just come into this chocolate shop.
Chocolatier.
Just going to get mum and sister some chocolates from Belgium. There we go. Presents that need to go in the fridge when we get back. Got to go all the way back to the UK. Couldn't leave Bruges without trying these again, which were in the same fruit bar as we were yesterday.
I've been talking about it since yesterday.
Best. Let me see if it's just as good.
I've got nothing, I'm not that hungry, but I'm going to try some of these,
It
definitely.
looks even better, to be fair, than it did yesterday.
So it's called Fry Bar. It does look nice and fresh, I must say. Got the onions and the stew on there.
Fruit bar. These are the traditional Belgium stew, was it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Right, we came back from Bruges. We've been back a couple of hours now, and we've got new neighbours next door. They've just turned up, so we've got the curtain closed, and we're just having dinner. So we got some chicken drumsticks when we went past the shop, and we got some potatoes. Was that yesterday we got them?
Yeah.
So we're just having them for tea. I've run out of wine, so we're both sat here gagging.
Why did you go to the shop?
Why don't you go to the shop?
Because I just said, why don't you go to the shop?
Because I don't
I
want.
got in there first.
I'm cooking dinner.
I'll have some water.
Nice. So we're just going to have a nice chilled evening, maybe watch a film. I think we're going to watch one of the X-Men movies. Right, we've had us dinner and we've just gone out for a walk. It's still very mild outside, probably about 25 degrees. It's been a nice temperature today. It's not been baking red hot, we've not been melting.
Just going out for a waffle.
I'm not having another waffle. The outside temperature is not humid. It's more like a British summer. I mean, right now where Bruges is, it's just south of London on the same like horizontal plane, same latitude or whatever it is.
Perfect.
So the plan for the rest of this trip, we're getting close to the end now.
Very close.
So from here, we are going to set. I'm going to set sail. No, we're not. We're going to go from here to Efteling tomorrow. We're going to go to. We've got two car parks that we choices. Both of them are confirmed. I'm trying to get into one that's really close to Efteling.
The theme park.
The theme park, yeah. The campsite's like 4 kilometres away. The other ones, I think it's an 18-minute drive. We've got reservations in both. I'm trying to change one of them so we can stay just one night rather than 2. And then from that, so tomorrow will be a driving day and our last chill out day. And then it's full on then until we set sail from Rotterdam back to Hull. So we go to a campsite tomorrow. The day after, we're going to go to Efteling, spend the day there.
The theme park.
The theme park. Then that night we're going to drive to Amsterdam, the city, and we're going to spend the night there. And then the following day we're going to spend the entire day in Amsterdam. After Amsterdam, we're going to drive down to Rotterdam and hopefully get a park up that's close enough to the port and also close enough to the city to give us 2 nights there. And then we've got something special planned for Friday.
In Rotterdam.
we're probably going to do the city in the afternoon, and then this special thing that we've seen on a couple of vlogs actually. Something unique and something that you would not normally see, and something you've probably never even heard of. So we've got that booked at midday on Friday, and then we're going to do a bit of touristy stuff around Rotterdam, and possibly the day after this, the day we sail, and then we have to be at Rotterdam port for 6 p.m. We sail at 9. You're supposed to be boarding closes at 90 minutes before. We're going to get there 3 hours before, so we need to be there no later than 6 p.m. and then go into our cabin. It's a 12-hour sailing, and then we sail from Rotterdam back to Hull, and then on Sunday morning, today is Wednesday, is it? Monday, oh my god, so it's almost another week. So Sunday morning we arrive in Hull at 8 a.m. and we take Taylor and we drive back up to the lodge, and that will conclude our road trip.
From Hull, obviously, it's only about an hour drive for us home.
Yes.
When we get off the ferry.
If we'd have gone from Calais, it would have been 2 hours drive from here to Calais, then we'd have had an hour's crossing, then we'd have had another 5 hours drive. There's noisy bikes. Then we'd have had another 5 to 6 hours drive from Calais back up to the lodge, and that's a boring drive. Driving here is not boring. So we've cut all that out, and we've booked a ferry crossing from Rotterdam straight back to Hull, and then it's just like 40 minutes then, 20, 30, 40 minutes from Hull back up to the lodge. And then over the next few days we'll conclude the trip, and we'll tell you what the highlights are.
If we're selling van.
We're not selling van. We're not selling van. Lee's been looking, well, I can tell you that now, we're not selling the van. We have got a lot of repairs to do, well, let's put it that way, or I have. Lee will have some vlogs to catch up on, but I've got some repairs to do with the damage of the sun, where it stretched the metal and then pulled the wooden joists apart. So they're all cosmetic things. So I've got them to fix. I've got a new expansion vessel to fix, because the one that we've got, that we only fitted last year, is already leaking. Apparently it's a common fault with this thing, so I've ordered a new one that's going to be delivered for when we get back. I've got a new seal for the bottom of the shower. That's going to go on. And just some general touch-ups on paint and things like that. And we're going to get rid of the metal bars that fit between the seat, because every time we stand on it on a bed, it flips up at one end like a seesaw. So we're going to permanently fix that in place and get rid of the metal bars, and maybe put a cupboard door on the front, just to make it so it's nice and tidy, and then we can use it for extra storage as well, where those baskets are underneath. So we're just walking now back into Bruges. It's absolutely dead, there's nobody around, apart from somebody over the road. And we walked in here last night and had a walk around, and it was like a ghost town. And we're just gonna probably grab a drink somewhere and say goodbye to Bruges. We have said we want to come back at Christmas though, but I bet it's great here for like Christmas markets. So we're back in the heart of Bruges now. It's hard to believe that we drove Taylor down here the other day, isn't it? Yeah. Completely in error. And it was as busy as it was when we were there this afternoon. And this is what it looks like in an evening. So we're just going to find somewhere to have her, maybe an Aperol Spritz or a limoncello Spritz. I feel like I'm saying goodbye, and that this is like the end of the vlog now, the vlog series now.
Just the end of Bruges.
Even though we've got like 3 more stops after this. Yeah, we had breakfast there. Won't go back there, it was a bit boring to be honest. Yeah, I feel like we're saying goodbye, and we've still got 3 more stops and another 6 days. Things must come to an end, I'm afraid. Nothing lasts forever. Still lots to do, and still lots of exciting things to do. But there we go. But Bruges has been nice. We've both said we'll come back here. Studio lighting.
They didn't have Aperol Spritz, which is what I wanted. So I had to quickly look through the menu.
Quickly? You sold for 10 minutes and had a sparkling water.
And then I'll look through.
I'm on my second drink. This is my limoncello and tonic water.
And I found a Portside martini.
After 15 minutes of looking at the menu, I told him to get a Campari.
Oh, that's nice.
Campari is stronger and more fruity.
And I do love a bar when they bring out some nibbles.
Not quite nice. A bar, we're in a place called Spaghetti for Friends, but the kitchen's closed.
What's that? Spaghetti for Friends?
That's what it says on that sign.
No, this bar's called...
Them spicy Chinese crackers are nice.
This is what this bar's called.
Odette.
Yeah.
So nice. I'm currently using my torch to light up the bar. Everybody's looking at us, but never mind.
Dirty stop-outs we are.
We've paid the bill, restaurant's shut, and there's nobody else here. Like, nobody here. Nobody here.
Would you like my kumquat?
That's not a kumquat.
What's it then?
It's a passion fruit.
Oh, is that passion
You
fruit?
uneducated penis.
I don't care what's in there yet. I don't know what's in
Get
it.
it eaten.
Oh no.
Oh, it's delicious.
It reminds me of an alien egg.
How many alien eggs have you seen?
There you go.
Just scoop it out and eat those seeds. It's
no, it's
absolutely.
like babies in
Well,
an
I'm
egg.
not wasting it. Hold that. Ooh, it's
Oh no, it's disgusting.
not. It's just seeds. Have you never tried it?
I don't like. I never will try it. I just. Oh
Yeah,
no.
but it tastes-
It just reminds me of an episode of Star Trek
It tastes amazing.
where Picard eats out of a live egg.
Oh my god, you've got to try them.
No, thank you.
It's worth it.
No.
Oh, try them.
No.
Seriously.
No. Join us on the next vlog where we head into Efteling Park. We scream our heads off on some rides, and of course, let you know how it compares to Disney.